Hey gang, this is Mike with my real estate dojo, and today's lesson is about why you don't succeed in America. Yep, you heard me right. Why you don't, or most Americans don't succeed in America, even though America is the most greenest country in the world. That's why people want to emigrate here year after year for thousands of years, okay? So I always say the grass is so green, and I'm going to give you about 6 or 7 ideas why I believe you don't succeed in America, and it's because of these reasons. So let me pull the curtains back and get started. Number 1, my wrestling coach always said, if you control your opponent's head, you'll control their body. So what does that mean for you and why you don't succeed in America? If you listen to what my coach said, is very, very crucial. If you control the person's head, the body will follow. And so the problem is that majority of you spend a lot of time watching TV. Majority of you are going through our school systems from high school to college where they just teach you to work in a fucking cubicle. They teach you just to remember stuff. They teach you shit that you're not going to really need, okay? So the same thing is happening with the TV. When you get off of work or whatever you do coming from school, you're watching TV. And so the programming on TV is controlling your head. It's controlling you how you should feel, how you should think, how you should react, what you should deserve in life, what your expectations to be, what your fears are. So they're controlling your head, which therefore your body follows. And it's very, very simple, just like wrestling. When I got into the wrestling mat, I always try to control my opponent's head, because when I controlled his head, I know where his arms and legs were. I knew that he wasn't going to shoot on me. I knew everything about him because I'm controlling his head. And the same thing is happening with you allowing the TV system, whatever you watch, or the school system to control, or the radio to control your head. Successful people, they don't watch TV. They read. They choose what they want to put into their mind. Why do you think a refugee like me was able to turn $100 into 3 businesses when I can't even spell right, or I can't read right, or I don't have connection, I don't even speak English? Is because I didn't watch TV. I didn't allow the fears that they pumped into me that I can't start a business with no money, or I need to have good credit to get something, or all this propaganda they feed you to control your head. Therefore, many people in America don't see the opportunity. They don't see why the grass is so green here. That's why a refugee like me comes here and says, wow, this is a great opportunity, and rolls up my sleeves and get to work and has some success. And there's hundreds of other people just like me that emigrated here and had success. But more importantly, there's hundreds of people, if not thousands, that were born here that see the opportunity. They don't let TV to control their mind, okay, or their head. So that's point number 1 reason why most people in America are not successful. All right, guys, the point number 2 is entitlement. Many people in America, many of my students that I've met, they felt entitlement. They felt like they should have shit, or they deserved something, okay? And that's what the problem is, because entitlement means that you want something for free or easy. And that's why if you look around today in America, everyone or majority of people are in debt up to their eyeballs. What do I mean by that? We all have cars that we don't own. We all have houses that we don't own. We all have college education that we haven't paid for. Some of us may have furniture that we don't own. Some of us may have jewelry we bought we haven't paid for. So what I'm saying is we all have all this stuff, but we don't own it. The bankers own it, okay? And so what does that mean? It means that we're entitled to it. The system, the TV, the propaganda, the colleges, etc. has made us think that we deserve shit we haven't worked for already. And that's what the problem is. So America is so great and the grass is so green. But if you start collecting on shit that you haven't worked for, over and over and over, the problem becomes you don't have the skills for the shit that you ascertain, and therefore you have to pay the bills for the things you've ascertained, but you don't have the money coming in, which makes you to go more in debt by digging more and digging more and digging more, which in this sense, digging means using your credit cards, 25% interest, etc. And you're never going to be able to come out unless you change your mindset. Unless you learn about these 6 to 7 rules, I'm going to tell you why most people don't succeed in America. Because of entitlement. Another part of entitlement problem is, besides debt, is that we all think, we should get something for free. For example, we want to sue people or, take medicine that the TV pronounces to as like XYZ, not doing our own research, not, educating themselves. And then tomorrow I want to sue the drug company because they have side effects. Well, no shit, dumb brain. You should know they should have side effects, dude. You should do your own fucking research, man. You can't just take the word of the fucking doctor or the pharmaceutical or whatever. You have to be a prudent consumer. And so that leads to the problem number one where, if you control the competitor's head, you control the body. You see what I'm saying? What one idea leads to the other? So entitlements are very, very, very big problems. When it comes to business or real estate, entitlements are even huger problems because when I started my business, I didn't go borrow $100,000 from the bank because once the money is gone, what's going to happen? I'm going to be in debt. I'm going to have a lot more responsibilities. Where what I did is guerrilla marketing, hitting the streets, knocking on doors, cold calling, putting out flyers. So by doing all that stuff, I've learned a whole lot of different skills. From anywhere from distributing to sales to marketing, etc. So when you go borrow money from a bank, when you feel entitled to it, or you go borrow money to do a fix and flip from a hard money lender because you feel like you're entitled to have a better life, when you haven't done the fucking work, when you haven't got the skills that's required, then that entitlement increases your probability of not having success. Because of the liabilities you cause for yourself and the lack of skills that you have because you haven't done the fucking work. It's kind of like you show up to the fucking gym, you get up to the squat machine, and you're going to pile up 10, 45 plates on each side. But you never been to the fucking gym. Well, dude, you're not going to be able to lift that, dude. You haven't done the fucking work. But in our society, in America, you're able to stack those 10 plates on each side, aka borrowing money, and try to do the fucking squat. Guess what? 9 out of 10 times you're going to fucking fail because you don't have the skills, you don't have the stamina, you don't have the strength for that. And that's the problem of entitlement, where we feel like we should be able to go up there and do that massive squats, all those weights, because the other guys are doing it, or some other people have done it. We haven't come to the gym every fucking day. So when you borrow money from a bank to start a business, that entitlement idea why you should have a better life, when you haven't done the fucking pull-ups, you haven't done the squats to be able to lift that, guess what's going to happen? Not success. The probability of success is very, very low. So that's why, you or most people don't succeed in America, because people controlling your head, entitlement. Okay? So let me go to the next point, guys. I know what I'm telling you, it might not be something that you want to hear, but that's the truth. All right, guys, point number 3. Why most people don't succeed in America is because every motherfucker I talk to has a fucking exit strategy. They have a fucking backup plan. They have plan B. And dude, you're never going to ever succeed with a plan B. Let me tell you a little story about me and my girlfriend. After college, I hadn't ridden a bicycle in a long time. She had never ridden a bicycle. And, at that time we lived in Dallas. We were going to bicycle from Dallas all the way to Paris, Texas, and back in our bicycles. And she hadn't bicycled, I hadn't bicycled. When we went and bought bikes, every person we talked to, the pros at the bike dealerships, etc., the people that actually cycle said, man, you guys are crazy, dude. You're never going to make it, etc., dude. Okay? We did our research. We went on YouTube. We learned about it. Packed some stuff, carried our water, and we went for it, dude. I mean, it was tough. We had to pedal like 16 hours in one day. The next day, it was crazy. But guess what? We made it, dude. We didn't have no exit strategy. We didn't have a backup plan. We just said, you're going to get on our fucking bikes, and we're going to pack up, and we're going to do our research, and then we're going to go. Dude, there is no other way besides getting to that destination. And that's what the problem is with a lot of entrepreneurs or a lot of people that say, hey, I'm going to just test the water. Or I'm just going to put my little feet in. Dude, you're never going to get anywhere like that. Let me give you another example, guys. When I started my first business out of college, I had an opportunity to get a job making, let's say, $25,000, $35,000, maybe even more, $40,000 a year, just like all my friends. But I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I didn't want to work in a fucking cubicle. I didn't want to have a fucking boss tell me what I should do, what I shouldn't do. I didn't want to sit in the fucking traffic. I didn't want to fucking get a paycheck every fucking week, and etc. I want to be in control of my own destiny. I want to do what the fuck I wanted to do. I wanted to have freedom. So I decided to live in my fucking car to start my business. I risked it all. I didn't have no backup plan or money, or I didn't have anything. I just knew what the fuck I wanted to do. The same exact thing what I did with Paris, Texas, when we bicycled from Dallas. It was 300 miles, dude. I did the same bicycling from Dallas to Austin. So the point I'm trying to tell you guys is that if you have a backup plan, your probability of success is very, very mute. Especially if people are controlling your mind and you have the entitlement idea. Like, I'm going to try this business and I'm going to borrow $100K because I feel entitled that I should have a better life. And I'm watching TV, or, I'm not reading books or educating. Then what do you think your probability of success is? Very low, very low. Okay? All right, guys, let's go to the next point. All right, guys, the next point is, I hear it all the time. It has happened to me. We listen to fucking people that don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Okay, again, we listen to people like our friends, or like our mom or dad or cousins or family members or coworkers or buddy at the gym, and ask them for advices on shit they have no idea about, or they're not an expert about it. They've never been on the path, and say, hey, what should I do with this? I'm not going to go ask a guy that's never jumped out of the parachute how I should jump out of the parachute, out of their plane. I'm not going to go ask a guy that fucking is a $110, never worked out in his fucking life, or a beast person that hasn't worked in their life, how I should work out. It doesn't make any logical sense. Why the fuck am I going to ask somebody that's never chased their fucking dreams and they're working a fucking cubicle and they hate their fucking job about my dreams of being an entrepreneur? Why should I ask that? They don't know, dude. If they knew, they would go do it themselves. So it's very important that you ask people that have already done it instead of people that not doing it, because you can't get the answer asking the blind person the road how to get somewhere, because unless they've been there and done it, they can't help you, dude. And I can't express the importance of this, because most Americans like yourself and me, we get discouraged because when we ask people we love, hey, what should I do? Or do you think I should go left or I should go right? And they don't know, dude. They've never been that path, and they're giving us directions, and we take that literally, and it fucks up our ability to become successful. That is one of the main reasons that when I first decided that I'm going to be an entrepreneur after college, my parents were just killing me to say, go to school, go to medical school. Persian parents, they want you to be a doctor or an attorney. And I was going to be a chiropractor. And I didn't want to listen to that, because I wanted to have financial freedom. I didn't want to fucking have so much debt, go to college, and then go to fucking medical school with $100K and, then work. I didn't want to do all that. I wanted to have a business. So the thing I did is I lived in my car to get away from all the negativity or all the advice other people are telling me that never went the path that I'm going through. And so I excluded myself, I isolated myself, and I highly recommend that, because if you want to chase your dreams, if you're hanging out with motherfuckers or people you love that are telling you can't do it, or or giving you bad advice, it's hard for you to reach your goals, guys. And that's some real talk. If you really want to do something, you can't have the exit strategy. You got to have your mind right. You can't have people controlling you. And you can't have that entitlement idea. And you definitely can't be listening to people, dude. You just can't be listening to people that haven't been there. Guys, the next point why you or most people don't make it in America is that no action and then no reaction. Man, I could write a book about this. I see students come and they learn, and they want to take action. And they want to learn. They never want to take action. And I'm like, man, you're never going to have success. It's so crucial to go up there and take action and make mistakes or get feedbacks and then retweak and take reaction. So that's why I say you have to take action and reaction, because the action more than likely is not going to be correct, which is okay. Unlike what school says, it's okay if you make a mistake a million times, as long as you're taking reaction on top of that, you're tweaking. And 50% of the problem is that most people never take the action. Okay, and that's why they fail. The other 25% of the people fail because they take the action, and when they get the feedback, and the feedback is rejection, or it's a mistake, or for example, they put their hand and they burn their hand on the oven because it's a mistake or a rejection, they're not willing to go ahead and risk it again to put their hand on the oven to cook some food and to have wealth, not only for their body and finances. So the 25% of people fail. They take action. When they get the feedback, they get rejected and they quit. So again, 50% fail because they never take the fucking action. They may be procrastinate. They may be take action in the sense of education, but no actual physical action. 50% fail that way. The other 25% take action, but the results they get from their action is dissatisfactory for them. It's disappointment, it's painful, it's rejection, it's negative, simply put. But it really isn't a negative, because if they tweak it, if they took action again, they could overcome that rejection, that negative feeling. So 25% of people fail because they don't, after they're taking action, once they get their feedback from the stimulus, they stop. Okay? And the other 25% of people succeed because they take action, they tweak, they take action, and they tweak, and then they have success. So 75% of people basically fail because they don't take action, or if they do, they don't retake action. And action is the most important thing for any kind of success. Doesn't matter if you're a refugee, doesn't matter if you know left from right, doesn't matter if you know what you're doing, doesn't matter if you take action and you reaction and reaction and tweak it, eventually you're going to get there no matter what. Guys, the next point is why you don't succeed in America is because you have a jealous mindset. Yep, you heard me right. You have a jealous mindset. What do I mean by that? What I mean is that, for example, let me just talk about myself. When I'm at the gym, I'm working out, I see another guy that's buff. I'm like, hey, man. I go up to him. I say, hey, dude, great work, man. You did a great job. Or I see a guy that's 200, he's buff. Now he's doing some shredding because he's going to do a show, and he looks good. I go up there and I compliment him. I'm saying, hey, man, good work, okay? 90% of people are hating on that dude. They never come and compliment the guy or tell him, good work, man. Man, good hustle, dude. Thanks for working so hard. Why? Because they have the jealous mindset, and therefore negativity attracts to them. Okay? So it's very, very important when you see somebody doing something good to give them compliments, to bring them up, especially if that's something that you're looking for yourself. For example, let's look at my channel. I know there's a lot of real estate investors who watch my channel, make fucking money, but don't even share my fucking videos or give me a thumbs up or leave a fucking comment because of their fucking jealousy, right? Because they don't want to know other people know that, hey, they didn't have the information, they got it from Mike, or whatever it may be. And the reason I know that is because there's a handful of people that do reach out to me. Says, Mike, I use this superhero closing and I just made $12,000. Or I use this negotiating skills and I made $3,000. Or I just bought a subject too, Mike. Or, hey, you helped me start my first business. Or, hey, Mike, you did this. So if there's people benefiting from that and contacting me, and I know for sure there's a lot more people benefiting but not even leaving a fucking comment or putting their thumb down. Like, there's a couple of dumb idiots following me, watching my shit, but keep putting their thumb down. Hey, if you're watching, fuck off, dude. You don't like my shit? Go to a different fucking channel, dude. Because that negative energy you're putting out there is just coming right back to you, bro. And that's the point I'm trying to make. And when I tell you to go fuck yourself, it doesn't mean I don't love you. I just saying, hey, don't bring that negative shit to me. I love you from far. Go somewhere where you're going to be positive. Okay? Don't be a jealous motherfucker. You're not going to get anywhere in life like that, dude. So if you see a speaker that you want to be like, go up to them, go compliment them. If you see a guy wearing a suit that you like, let him know that's a cool ass suit. You see a guy driving a car you want, let him know, hey dude, that's a nice car. Be positive, because more positive shit's going to come to you. You never know the guy you just complimented. Maybe he was having a bad day. He's going to remember you. And one day you meet up with someone, you need his hookup, and he remembers what you told him, and he's going to hook you up. You don't know if you give that person a compliment, it's going to make you fucking feel good, which is going to make you have positive energy, which is going to make you go conquer your fucking goals. So, but when you're a jealous motherfucker, when you have that negative content into you, you can't really go anywhere in life. You just bring disaster. Not only to you, but to people around you. So if you want to be successful in America, stop being jealous. Congratulate other people, dude, for their successes. If it's they lost weight, if it's they got a new car, whatever it is. Whatever you want, whatever you see as envy or jealousy, turn around instantly and go compliment that person. Help that person come up. Help that person make moves, because that's going to just gravitate right back to you. It's an unwritten law, okay? At the very least. All right, guys, I'm going to go to the next subject. This next subject is very, very important. I've already headed on it. Now, and this is the reason why I named it twice. Why many people are not successful in America is because they borrow money, dude. That's it. They borrow money. Too much debt. Okay? Now, I'm going to explain a couple of reasons why borrowing money robs you of your wealth. Okay? Before I do that, I want to talk about like all these big companies. Like if you look at Kodak, or if you look at Ford, or if you look like Chevy, or these guys were like so big, dude. They've been around since, the beginning of horses and chariots, some of them, right? And you would think they're very strong. How did they all go bankrupt and they needed your bailout tax money? How? Why? The reason is we're all taught to grow without having a foundation. So how can Ford go almost bankrupt or Chevy almost go bankrupt? Is because they have too much fucking debt. Instead of just having 5 or 10 factories that are paid off for and all the equipment is paid off and everything's paid off, they want to have 30 factories and make 10, 20 different fucking lines of cars and be in debt up their ass where they got to take the fucking money to pay the employee's paycheck. So that's what the problem is. Okay, not only in corporate America, but in personal America, okay? That we're all feel entitled of, we should have more growth or more money or more production or better life without actually getting newer skills or getting newer ideas or improving on our existing ideas to be able to get that. We want it artificially through debt. And that's the most craziest thing. I mean, guys, sure, you could grow 20 pounds if you juice yourself with some steroids. But dude, that's some fake shit. You're going to fucking lose it very quickly. Where if you go in there, you're working year after year, and then you stop working out, and then you go back in there, you're going to get your muscles very quickly. Because the work you put into this is somewhere deposited in that muscle memory. Same thing with your own memory. When you go borrow some fucking money, there's not much learning. There's not much skills. When you actually have to go with zero and start learning skills to make money, then you ascertain a lot of skills, and the money you make is a solid money. It's not funny money like borrowed money, guys. So borrowing money not only robs corporations of their true financial success, and that's why so many companies like Payless and all these guys are going out of business, because they focus on so much growth and death instead of having a solid foundation. And the same thing is happening with consumers. Again, I've already mentioned, most of us will have a car we haven't owned. We have houses that we don't own. We have school. We have furniture we don't own. So we have all these things that we don't own. We haven't worked for it. We haven't got the skills for it. We haven't got the knowledge for it, but we own it. which means that we're going to be in debt forever, and we're not going to ever have financial freedom because we've already signed up for all these things that we don't have the skills to generate income to pay for them. We have to do the minimal monthly balance, whatever they call that, okay? I don't deal with borrowing money, so pretty ignorant on it, but you're just making your minimum balance payments. And you can't have success in America like that, dude. Okay? So it's better to turn off that fucking TV. It's better to not look like the Joneses and just try to look rich, because that's what TV says. They're pumping you. They're controlling your head. It's better not to feel entitled, dude. It's better not to have a jealous mindset. It's better to take fucking action. It's better not to have an exit strategy, dude. It's better not to listen to people that don't know what the fuck they're doing or never done it before. And it's better not to borrow any money, because America is the best country to live in, guys. America, the grass is so fucking green. Millions of people want to be here. Millions of people are trying to apply to come here. Millions of people are trying to emigrate here. And you and me are already fucking here, dude. All we got to do is turn off that fucking TV and chase our fucking dreams. Chase what the fuck you want to do, so you don't have to work in that fucking cubicle. You don't have to drive an hour to work every day, an hour back or whatever, every fucking day. Say yes sir or no sir to some motherfucker. Have some motherfucker control your own destiny. Why not take control of it yourself? You live in the best country ever. And you can't do it because refugee like myself that doesn't speak any English, doesn't know left and right, can't spell. Both of my parents are illiterate. So if I can do it, or if my poor dad that comes here, it doesn't even speak, like I said, doesn't speak English, is illiterate, he can't write, he can't read, he doesn't know anybody. If you can come here and start a business and live a good life, then any of you guys that speak English, know how to use a computer, know how to use YouTube, know how to use Facebook, man, golly, have a college degree. Guys, dad doesn't even have a high school education or any kind of education, and lives in a nice part of town. I mean, they come here and living on food stamps and work their way up. There's no reason why you guys can't do it. But if you allow TV to fucking tell you that, no, if you want to start a business, you need money. If you allow your friends and family to tell you, well, if you want to start a business, you need fucking money. You allow the bankers to tell you the same exact shit. See, everybody's controlling your head. And as my coach said, if people control your head, they will control your body, which means that you're going to be living somebody else's fucking life. And you're probably not going to be happy about it. So go out there and hustle and bustle, guys. You live in the best country ever. If you like these videos, please share, please comment, and don't be a fucking hater. Tell your friends and family about me. See you later, guys.